So yesterday's post was all about looking at the 3 layers of behaviour change to help in achieving resolutions. So we looked at the identity, we looked at processes, and we looked at outcome. And we talked about how changing your identity is key because belief drives everything. Unless you believe that you are going to be a runner or that you are a runner, then you're never going to be able to run that marathon. So today what we're going to look at is processes. So these are the habits, the structures, the systems that you need to put in place in order to achieve your goals, to achieve your resolution. And they're really quite simple. So the first one is start small. If you've never run before, or you have run but you want to run that marathon, go easy on yourself. Don't expect yourself to run miles and miles or kilometres on the first time you go out. Start small. Even if you just put your kit on day 1, that's great. On day 2, you make it to the end of the road. Day 4, you make it to the end of the next road. You start small, and that makes the habit of running or whatever you do a lot less daunting. If you go all out on the first go, then it's not going to be very desirable, and so you're not going to stick with it. Look at what you currently do at the moment. So it's always useful to make a list of all the habits that you do at the moment, so good and bad. So that starts from the very small things, like the alarm goes off, I switch the alarm on snooze. That's your first habit. Is that good or bad? Then I get up, I make a cup of tea. That's another habit. I get changed. All these habits you need to list down and have a look at what's positive and what's negative. Have a look at the negative habits and see if there's anything that you can change, tweak, or replace with what you want to achieve in terms of your resolution. Have a look at your reward systems as well. It's always useful to tag something desirable something else on to if you're doing something for the first time, or if you're doing something that you want to become habit but just needs to be a bit more tantalizing. So if you're going to run, maybe run to the coffee shop. I don't know, just put something on that is going to help you in terms of that reward. So listening to a podcast while you're doing the housework, for example, because you put that in as a habit for a certain day of the week. It's called temptation bundling, and it's actually tagging something on that is a reward or something attractive, so you'll end up doing it more. Finally, find yourself a buddy. It's really useful to have someone, not necessarily to be accountable to, but to someone who has a similar resolution or a similar goal. And it's a really healthy way of actually checking in with each other and not feeling alone, because we as human beings, we do like to work as a team. We do like to work together towards something and feel like we belong. And so working with someone else or even a coach can really help in that way. So they're just 4 really simple, easy ways of putting processes in place that will help you. But remember, it all starts with identity, and the processes will then follow, and the outcomes will be thereafter.